call 1-800-FIGHT-MD. Brendan?
Thanks, Walt. One of the best parts of being part of this telethon is being able to meet the young people, the men and women that are helped by the Muscular Dystrophy Association. I mean, they're courageous people, they're upbeat people, they're talented people, and they manage to find a way to stay positive against some very serious adversity. Nigel Lenz, a young man I had the pleasure of meeting from Clearwater, Florida, is one of those people, and he's one of these people that I think we should all feel very privileged to help this weekend. Take a look.
Every morning, Nigel Lenz confronts the challenge of muscular dystrophy before he even leaves the house.
It takes longer to do anything.
Just getting shoes on takes time, perseverance, and patience.
I get upset that maybe I'm holding up somebody else, not so much for myself. I'm used to it.
It wasn't always like this. Nigel didn't notice any symptoms until he was in high school. And it was years after that before he got a firm diagnosis of Friedreich's ataxia.
At that time, I was just happy to get a name for what I had because I knew I had something, and at that point, I continued worsening.
The progression was steady.
I started using a cane when I was 21. So I was 24 about. I started using a walker, and I began using a wheelchair full-time when I was 27. I'm now 33.
Over the years, Nigel adopted a philosophy for dealing with his disability, a reason to put those shoes on in the morning.
You played the hand you're dealt, you know. Whether you want to say that's fair, unfair, whatever, it's just no guarantees. So you move on. You live.
And does he ever? With a wide circle of friends, Nigel has traveled the world.
Been able to go to Europe, Germany, Italy, France, Austria, great places, New Zealand.
In San Francisco, he drew a crowd at the Beta Breakers race. At a Vegas costume party, he played Lieutenant Dan to his buddies Forrest Gump.
I love to travel. I love to travel. I love to spend time with friends.
But Nigel also loves to work. He's earned a master's degree in criminology, and he now interviews young offenders at the Pinellas Juvenile Assessment Center to determine their need for counseling or drug treatment. While some coworkers have been threatened, even attacked, Nigel suspects his wheelchair as a way of disarming potentially hostile teens during those often tense interviews.
I've done it 4 years. It's never once happened to me.
So do you think, in a way, your disability becomes an ability in your particular line of work?
I think it does. I think so, yeah.
And while Nigel helps young people in trouble, he is helped by the people at the Muscular Dystrophy Association.
MDA has helped me personally with the wheelchair I'm sitting in right now. They got this for me.
And maybe more importantly, the research carried out by MDA has offered something even more valuable.
10 years from now, I hope there's some sort of treatment and that we are working toward a cure. I don't know if that cure is gonna be here for me, but treatments, I do see. I do see that. And thanks in great part to the MDA and people watching.
We're back here in the studio live here with Nigel Lenz. Let's give him a big round of applause to make him feel welcome. Thanks, Nigel. Good to have you here. I mean, there's so many things to be impressed about because, you've been dealing with this since you were in your late teens, your early 20s. But again, you went on to get a college degree. You have a professional career. But I think the most impressive thing almost is the fact that you live independently by yourself in your own apartment. That's got to be a challenge. How did you make the decision to do that despite, how difficult it is sometimes to just get started in the morning?
Yeah, it is a challenge, but it's something I think everybody wants, to be an adult, to be independent, and it's something I had to work very hard to do. I'm very happy that I've been able to accomplish that.
You have, and I've been there. It's a pretty cool bachelor pad, if I say so myself. But the MDA, of course, we do this once a year, Nigel. It's kind of, the time is precious in a sense, because it's really a limited amount of time to get the message out to people that MDA offers not just the summer camp that we talked a lot about, but it offers services and support to adults like yourself. Can you talk for a moment about that?
Sure, that exactly. They provide the research funding that we're getting people to donate for today. That is obviously my biggest,
Sure.
the biggest thing I look forward to, and you know, it's the things that you don't see as much. You don't see all the hard work that is being done thanks to the MDA and the researchers behind the scenes. You don't see them, but that's where your money's going.
Well, I've enjoyed getting to know you. Nigel's also a big football fan. He happens to be single, so you know, if you're single and you got season tickets, give me a call on the hotline. Nigel, thanks very much. We're going to send it over to Dennis.
Thanks, Brendan. You know, you think of Jerry Lewis Telethon, you've got to go hand in hand with firefighters. A big part